All is silent in the night.
Poking bears in the eyes.
Oh, sure.
That's the sound the dragon makes when it can't breathe fire on people because they ran away.
Okay. Anybody an Avatar Airbender, Legend of Korra fan? The new RPG that dropped based on Apocalypse system. You guys get that email?
I saw that. Yeah. I'm not I've seen a bit of it. Not a big fan, like, as for saying that, like, I like it. I don't think it's bad, but I just haven't put the time into it. But Jeff, you want to know what's going to please you? I finally sat down and spammed a bunch of stuff from my Disney Plus streaming account.
Are you watching?
So guess what I watched?
Winter Soldier?
No, not Hawkeye.
Fuck all and Winter Soldier.
No, I saw Falcon.
Thank you.
I enjoyed Falcon. It was good. I thought, you know, there's nothing like stretching out a Marvel movie over 6 hours.
No, I know, but like Hawkeye is like Die Hard. It's like Die Hard. It literally is like a Christmas Die Hard. You guys have got to watch Hawkeye.
I will check it out. That's next on the list. But I just finished watching Bad Batch.
No, really?
Legit. I really liked it quite a bit. More than I thought I would. The first episode I watched it, I was like, I'm not gonna like this.
That's right.
But man, that story hook.
Yeah, that's right. Like,
that story hook. It's good. It's
the
good.
Man knows,
and the way they leave it off, I was like,
Oh,
ooh, what's gonna happen with this guy?
Yeah.
I want to know.
Like the man knows. Yeah, Rick made some good shit now. I tend to like movies a lot. I tend to like a broad selection of genres and stuff more than the average Joe. So when I get excited about something, I'm like, it's an 8 or 10. You guys are like, yeah, it's probably just a 6, but Jeff's getting excited. But no, it was. You want to do American Mercy?
No, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. I marathoned it, so it's got to be good for me to marathon.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely.
So I watched all of it, but the last 2 episodes, and then watched the last 2 episodes.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Yeah. Anyone seen the news Venom?
I have
Carnage. Carnage, no.
Yeah. I'm woefully ignorant.
Well, Ryan, I know something that I did that'll please you. I finally watched the original Venom, and it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, it was good.
I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah. I love it because it was like the buddy cop style filmography. I kind of felt from it.
I don't like the voice they gave Venom.
Well, I know
it bothers me. So it makes it really hard to enjoy the movie. When you're dealing with a crazy space symbiote that sounds like a freaking Muppet.
Isn't it Idris Elba?
What?
The voice.
I have no idea who does it, but I'm not a fan.
But
I think they should have gone with something more like serpentine, less
that
animal.
man is dead. He no longer acts. We can't use him.
What? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Elven Portal podcast.
Oh, are we live?
We have been for a while.
What have you done, Jeff?
We're just talking about geeky stuff, man.
You can't put my opinions across the airwaves. What? Imagine the flames that will arrive in your inbox.
Dude, you're like
the flames.
You are definitely one of the best players I've ever played with, but you're also one of the most crass, rudest players I've ever played with. And shit comes up mid-game, so I don't see why a little... and we have had fans going, whoa, we like how you guys are like in the middle of a conversation and it bleeds into the intro. Tonight, and like the last couple episodes, I just kind of like, let's start the conversation with the actual podcast. And you guys are just like, yada, 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 you know. And now the audience gets a little bit more. They might regret it. But
we've been ambushed.
Yeah, but
bamboozled.
But they
bamboozled.
Hoodwinked.
Tonight they definitely got more.
I'll be right back.
So when last we left our heroes,
howling,
Niles and Lobrak were in the tube Matt's gone. So in the tube, in the dark tunnel, in the throbbing, pulsing lava. Oh no, he's gone. See, there's nothing coming. See how easy. It's not dirty. It's just as long as I don't have Matt going, calling me on every little thing. It's not dirty at all.
Don't look at me in the eyes.
Look away. All right. You guys come busting out of the portal, and like I said, there's Miros like trying to convince the rest of the party that the dragon plays Chicago backwards, that Joseph needs to focus the hell up and get on with the religious. He's just like doing this puppet show and acting out the scene, jumping back and forth, being both of you. But to his credit, you guys come jumping out, and he doesn't seem to notice. You guys are just kind of patting each other, and everyone's like looking over your shoulder. Miros at them coming out, and you do get to a crescendo of them finally. What in your version? Do they succeed? Do they fail? What
Well. Was it good?
No, I meant like in your version. You're acting out. Your backs to them, like you're acting out what you thought was happening.
Oh yeah,
right? All that interrupting you
and
did.
And then Niall summoned down the power of alcohol, the universal force that all deities have recognized, the one power that rules them all, and push back the tide of darkness. And at this point, and they pop out.
Yep.
Bloop. Oof.
So,
lo and behold, you're champions.
These guys look roasted and toasted.
Just one.
Your clothes don't heal, man. You've been burnt, right? Now there's a spell. Can you I burned 1 chevron to heal myself, 2 to max it out, 3 to burst, and 4 mends my clothing. Is there feats for this? Can we?
I don't think you're allowed more than 3 actions, Jeff.
The haste spell.
What were we talking about? Carrying stuff in the next round, or did that get kiboshed?
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Oh,
but the haste spell gives you an extra action.
See?
So if you want to homebrew, spend that 4th action while under the effect of haste to repair your clothing.
Sure, it's a perfectly good waste of time. I'm supposed to be doing something logically in the game. I'll allow that. And instead of aiding another doing something useful, my clothes mend themselves. Sure. Who needs downtime, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, there is something to be said for the coolness.
Oh
factor.
yeah. Say what you want about Dumbledore. The man's got style. So
yeah,
guys.
So they come rolling out and they're all singed and burnt.
Oh yeah. More than
bad.
Yeah, they look like the comical 80s movie where the guys come out and there's all smoke and they're covered in soot. And now Niles, to his credit, has healed himself up pretty good a couple times. Actually, currently, what are you guys at as far as
hurting?
Yeah, 47 wounds, 29 health for Lobrak, 46 wounds, 20. It sounds like I'm doing football scores. Okay, the Niles is 46 over 22. He looks like shite.
Oh, that's a good spread. Yeah, definitely.
Let's not forget about the rookie Lobrak with 47 over 29. I mean, early in the season, he was a little disappointing, but now he's come through for us all.
He was coming in with an 88, but then he got dropped down to about a 44 and an 88. Then that's definitely not good. That's definitely a disimprovement from when he first joined the league.
Yes, high aspects all around, but he's still a doink. So, we're just gonna do all combat, two Scottish bards, me and Messsina, right? Oh yeah. We actually talked.
So lads, I trust that went well.
Niles comes over and punches you in the face.
I deserve that.
Yeah. Oh, the goblin did what the goblin was supposed to do.
Oh, so the dragon's gone then?
Nope. But he did what he was supposed to do.
So you disabled the cliff, but the dragon's still there.
When we left.
Flashback to the dragon. He's in there, just kind of picking at the ceiling, bored to
All right, heroes.
Hey!
We let the wee ones go in and have their fun. But this sounds like something that requires a dwarven touch.
Okay. So, do you want to take the high road? Or do you want me to take the high road?
Oh, after you, good sir.
Okay, allow me. And I touch my own forehead, and I cast Spider Climb on myself.
Oh.
I like that. I like that a lot. He actually picked a spell that's been cast on him several times, and now he's won with it.
Oh.
Albrecht, thank you. You're a great
is
teacher.
Speechless.
Muros, this is a primal spell because you're a druid.
Yeah, it is.
So it's not done with arcane magic the way Al casts it.
No.
Can you give us a little role-playing taste of how a druid secondary archetype primal magic might go? What it would look, what it would look like, or what it would sound like, or
All right. At the same time, like he got Albrecht's attention there, and then he looks at Albrecht and goes, "I got it this time, cousin." And then he reaches up to his hairline where an arachnid, a little spider, just kind of happens to be crawling across his brow. At that point, he grabs it, pops it in his mouth, chews it. And at that point, anyone who can kind of has a little bit of a magic poof could feel a little bit of a.
They play the 80s Spider-Man intro. He suddenly sticks to shit. Yeah. Now, some might argue a druid wouldn't harm a creature, but remember, this is Muros' second vocation archetype. He's not pure druidic, so I don't want to hear any hate mail about, they wouldn't touch the poor spider. No, he gulps them down.
You totally rock on Fear Factor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it digs in the earth. I got this one. It's going to take me about 3 minutes to cast the incantation, though.
Did we do Fear Factor? We lined up these hot peppers that the UKJ elves made themselves, right? He tapped out, man.
I'm noticing a trend.
We get to 3 or 4 peppers, and Muros was like, "I'm done." What?
Yeah.
Right. So about that. So you're gonna go first. Poke him in the eyes.
Okay, I got it. And Morose goes running into the portal, but he starts corkscrewing up to the roof, like put in like a post haste kind of scenario.
So you want to like climb around the outside of the portal and kind of go in through the top? On the outside, or you just jump in there?
Yeah, the end goal is, so he has 35 feet of movement he has available to him. Whatever trajectory it takes for him to end up being on the roof.
Okay. I get you to come in a bit closer, Miles. I'm getting a lot of your furnace.
So he skitters away. Albrecht takes out his canteen, takes his cloak, drops it on the ground, and like dumps the canteen all over his cloak, flips it up, looks back into his shadow. You stay here, wee one. It won't be safe for you there. And Eris just pops out of his shadow before he follows Muros into the great abyss.
Okay. You are in when the mists of the magical portal fade. I'm reading the block so you can't mess with me. The mists of the magical portal fade, revealing a 20-foot wide passageway stretching off into the distance. The walls of the tunnel seem to be made of hardened lava, long ago scorched and melted. Tiny cracks and fissures line the walls, within which an orange flow and glow flickers, giving the tunnel a soft, fiery illumination. The wall of the gold and silver mist from the portal in front of you flares into life, while the similar glow behind you remains steadfast. The air is uncomfortably warm and smells of smoke. The tunnel is 100 feet long and is empty. What do you do?
So Muros on the ceiling, Albrecht on the floor.
Okay.
We will approach in unison.
Okay. Can I get you guys to drop perceptions into the magic dice tower so I can see them? And I'm very excited about this because it's like, how do you do it? And I'm kudos to Joe. He's just, it's great because it came up as a debate with other people. It's like, because the best part is the audience actually will get to see, so no checking the feed on Twitter.
I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
All right, it's dropped in.
Yeah.
It is dropped in.
And it comes up to me.
It is.
Nice. Okay. Al, walking along the floor and with a decent perception check, you notice a pattern etched into the floor, and it looks like a fresher scratch mark. But it is by itself. It's not attached to anything. It's just a swirling scratch that looks like it's man-made. It's in the middle of the tube. You guys are like 50 feet up, and it does look like there's enough loose dust off of it and stuff that it looks fresh. Murals, the ceiling so far remains the same as you'd expect it to be. And you guys are halfway down the tunnel. What do you do?
Keep moving.
Okay.
You carry on.
All right. 40 feet from the end. 20 feet. 20 feet from the end.
Halfway through, we pause for just half a round, and we make that pause. Make sure we're in sync, and we can look at each other and do
the mental high five.
Yeah.
Okay. You could just reach down from the ceiling.
And the music is totally in sync with it. Whatever the theme music is we're rocking is in sync.
Oh, okay.
I'm picturing the Bond theme for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, a lot of violins, a lot of strings.
I'll see what I can do. At least
just throwing it out there.
I'm back to it. Adi.
So
Mission Impossible.
So we make our way. I don't want to cross the threshold through the portal.
Okay.
If we get to the portal, there will be some dialogue.
All right. As I said, at the 50-foot mark, halfway down, you find the scratches. You go 40 feet, 15 more feet. You were sort of 3/4, or as Miro said, another halfway mark. We glance at each other. And then you guys are like 5 feet. And there you are, standing in front of the golden glow of the portal which brought you here. What do you do?
Well, that was highly uneventful, wasn't it? And here I thought we were going to have to, kill a dragon. Hello? Anything? Nothing?
Yeah. You hear humming? A chanting. It sounds something ritualistic. It's no. I got it. It's playing, but it's something like a Gregorian chant. It happens and then it fades, and then it starts up again, and then it fades in a pattern. Anyway, it's very faint and it's everywhere. Can I have an arcane check, perception check?
You sure can.
Arcane?
Knowledge Arcana of 20.
Okay. You believe you are hearing the echoes of a distant past. The echoes of an ancient ritual possibly used to seal what was trapped once in this tunnel that now you have dealt with, and its manifested presence that was jamming that has subsided, and the echoes of the ritual continue. Speaking of UKJ history, Matt.
Uh-oh.
Oh, right. I happen to know a thing or two about a shared history between my ancestors and their people. Despite the belief of most scholars that the identity of this great darkness is lost to time, or that the whole story is simply a fanciful legend told by the elves. The Ukajay know the truth of their ancestral foe, as do my people. Though the Ukajay never call it by its common name. The great darkness that rose in the wake of the Earthfall was an incarnation of the dragon god Dahak, who had been lured to Galarian by the death and chaos that racked the world during that terrible time. Had Dahak been allowed to linger, the consequences would have been catastrophic. The dragon god Aspu was sworn to fight against Dahak, and their cataclysmic struggle would have inevitably invited other gods to interfere as well. Until the clash of deities finished the job that Earthfall began and destroyed the entirety of the planet. But instead, the Ukajay forces managed to defeat Dahak and drive the god's incarnation into an Ildura, or Elfgate, or, as known to our podcasting community, the Elven Portal. This severed the connections between the Ildura that make up Elseta's ring, and the instant that Dahak was between one gate and the next. The dragon's incarnation was trapped in space between realities with no target for his unquenchable rage but himself. And let me tell you, that's pretty emo.
Muros, Al is examining the walls. You guys hear this strange chanting, and as he touches it, he just suddenly goes into this rant spouting a whole bunch of lore. And then he takes his hand away and he looks confused. He doesn't remember what he said, and he certainly doesn't remember everything he just spewed towards you.
Oh, that was a bad batch. Pulls the flask out of his cloak and just kind of shakes it out. Right.
You gone looking stones again, haven't you, cousin?
So where were we?
Yeah, Maya told you not to be doing that.
You guys are before the portal on the far end of the tunnel. No sign of the fiery dragon that impeded your path. What do you guys want to do?
Right, so when we come out the other side, let's go back, lad.
Yeah, all right. I was saying
We fought valiantly.
Wait, like back,
the
like
dragon
back home?
stood no chance.
You go back home?
we don't.
No. We're going back to the jungle.
Yeah, we don't do it back there. We got to put it in the heart.
Okay.
Yeah, Duff. No, we fine. We fine.
No, but responsibility lies on that side of the gate. No, I'll take my jungle fun adventure for now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you want to huck stone. That not sound like a fun time there. Hey, remember the time you hucked stone and you had a great story? No, said anyone.
Okay, so these two pop out of the portal, back into the jungle, arm in arm, just having a great old time. Not a mark or a singe on them.
No. We come flying out like, ah!
Oh, for dramatic entry purposes only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, burning hands.
So you go first. All right, yeah. I'm going to do this through the portal.
All right.
You come out right after.
Yeah. Singe my arse. Good. All right.
Ready?
All right. And?
So you cast burning hands through the portal.
No, I don't. That's
so got oh, come on. I got something so good if you do.
Well, let's just see if I have the spell burning hands.
You do know that energy won't go through the portal, right? Like,
No,
so I mean, you'd have to touch the portal, right? So like, you guys see these little dwarven hands, little pinkies pop out, and he's wiggling them, and little fire. It's like, what the hell is he doing? This, it's obviously Al. And as soon as he breaches the portal, you guys get audio, so you hear the shenanigans and the plan to fool you guys, and then they come out all yeah. Such bravery on our behalf, right? What? So.
No, we're not going to do that. We're going to come back through striding like champions.
Okay.
Good job in there.
Hey, backflip.
Might I trouble you gentlemen to possibly reveal what you saw or didn't see, and have you gentlemen confer in the religious and arcane and primal aspects to theorize what's going on? Or do you just have a player or character theory that's solid, no rolls needed?
It was scared. It's what we call suffering a case of being a giant puss.
Yeah, dragon weren't nothing. Literally, there was nothing in there. Good job, guys.
High five rounds. Bump, 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 bump.
Whatever you did seemed to have some effect. It may have chased you out, but it wasn't there when we came back in. Though there was some odd chantings. I don't know. What do you make of it? And Albrecht will do his best to imitate the incantation.
Yeah, a dwarf doing like a Native American around the fire dance. It's not pretty. Make him stop.
Aiden other.
That's cultural appropriation.
The jungle is offended. Stop now.
Lobrak will just drag one of them over to the portal and just like dunk their head into it and just stick it in. Just
getting awful quiet there. Getting awful quiet there, Aiden.
Oh. Yeah. So Lobrak would take one of them and just dunk their head into the portal. Just have them listen that way.
I wasn't kidding. You just go, wow.
All right. So what do you guys want to do now?
Well, I think we've cleared the path anyways.
Yeah.
Good job. Remind me when we get back to the keep to put in a good word with your family members. You should be immediately reinstated.
Okay. So I am curious. You guys came all this way, watching over your shoulder. The orc who you just met is long gone. The elven ranger who, is long gone. What happened to the human dude? Did you take him with you?
Yeah, he's with us for sure.
Okay.
Because we need some translation.
Okay.
It may get us in trouble.
Okay.
But we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you want to do now?
I would like to heal myself.
Yeah, we'll camp out here and recover and rest. Oh, that was such an arduous journey for Muros and myself. I can only imagine how tired you guys are.
Oh, yeah. It's...
It's the cottage.
Aye. You talked about this one. You finally figured it out there, cousin.
Oh, yeah, lad. Check this out.
Aye.
Wherever I go, there I am.
Aye. Did you get the latte machine figured out on the inside?
So you guys remember the elven warriors that guard this place?
Yep.
Right? They confronted you. We hit it off. They brought you away. You guys show up, and like ninjas, they're invisible. They're here. They just kind of leave you alone, and they're on the perimeter somewhere. You guys do your whole thing, right? Almost forgetting that they're present, watching, and kind of looking outward, trying to guard against the cultists, right? He makes a cottage, and like all these bushes and trees just start like laughing. It's like, oh, very impressive, like, oh, thank you. All the elves in disguise, right? Oh yeah, the Yukiche are here among us. ... No one. Looking for translators.
No, we're going to take him back to the city.
Oh, okay. The elven.
I'm not going to spend time looking for elves in their native environment. Are you kidding me?
They're here. They're like within earshot. Let's go, yo.
Yeah, but we need the dude who speaks common.
Well,
No, you just
otherwise it's kind of pointless.
You just need someone who speaks
Mumbo
Elvish.
jumbo, mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo. Right. This is going well.
What was that, Lobrak?
You just need someone who speaks Elvish.
No, you need somebody to speak common and elvish, so we can understand what the hell is happening.
No one,
Right.
no one's trusting you.
Hi,
No one's.
Lobrak here.
So what do you want? What do you want to do, Lobrak? You want to
I'll just start cursing him out in Elvish.
cursing who?
Niles.
Oh, okay.
I can speak both.
Just on random principle. You're human, I'm a goblin. I don't like you.
Okay.
Because you're a human.
So, some of those bushes and trees all like lean in together, wondering what the hell Niles did to you. Like, but they're like gossiping. Oh, dude. Oh, that's really harsh, right?
No, I'd rather face the music, like there.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Rather than
No, it's brave of you.
them finding out
Oh,
and
that's
giving them an opportunity
yeah.
to plan their punishment. Let's spring it on them.
Surprise! We're douchebags. Okay, moving on. But hey, we have absolutely nothing to show for the original mission, and we've wasted 3 weeks. Like, you guys have been in here forever.
Yep.
Funny enough, you guys have made the big L on the map and have managed to miss most of the good encounters and only hit minor ones, but that's funny. That's fine. We have time. We have time. We have time. You got time. You got time. Now, I want to have a little fun with Matt Spiegler when he comes back. Like, well, okay, it's all you, buddy. I'll put him in a square alone and just have something big jump him.
Yeah. The Yeti Sasquatch Bear Tree Ant.
I was thinking more like the
What?
intro to that Viking game you guys play, where like the big Thunderbird just drops the guy from the shoulders.
Oh, yeah, Val.
Here comes Oakenheart now.
Yeah.
Splat.
Which they have a bunch of new content now for actually. It seems.
Earth and home, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should revisit at some point in time, but I digress.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to
To the Yukajay!
You want to return to the Elven city of Akravel to talk to Jassy. That was the guy you met here, and his daughter, who is our
Tree arm.
Niobe or something like that?
Nikita. I think it was Nikita.
Yeah.
Nikita.
Nikita.
Oh, necktie.
Necktie. There we go.
Oh, much better.
Yeah. Hey, bring it a little closer there, Ryan. A lot of you guys are bleeding off. I'm getting this echo.
Necked eye.
A necktie.
Yes. And who cannot forget Grumpy Akosa, who you guys tried to hook up with Jassy and in a slippery, oily clusterfuck of a party. Okay.
It was a
What?
bonding moment.
It was a bonding moment. Yeah. And then you guys met Harriet, some of you met Harriet the lion. And then there were the queens, Os Penin and Os Atsu. So Atsu and Penin are the Lady Queen's twins. One is skilled, one is a warrior, and you guys return. Once again, they just see if you guys can get up here on your own. If not, they'll finally lower some rope ladders. Let's go back to Akravel. Hey, it's a happening town. It's my town. We return to Akravel. Word spreads. Messengers run off that you guys have returned. You know. And sure enough.
No good news, but bringing this guy in tow.
Yeah.
Explained to them that we found their village destroyed, and when we got there, we were immediately attacked by elephants and had to defend ourselves.
Okay.
This guy, I don't know what he's saying, but he was the only one we found there. Can you help him?
Okay.
I'll translate word for word.
To the elves?
Yes, from Common to Elvish.
Okay. They definitely take you guys to one of the main platforms. They sit you down as their guests that are currently working for them. You know, as word is spreading to bring someone important or somebody else who can talk to you, they bring you some, like warm towels like they do at restaurants and some nuts and berries and like a little refreshment. Like, you know what I mean? You guys are kind of beat up and stuff, right? So, and it's not very long before Jassy approaches. And Jassy was the tall guy that you first met with the rainbow patchwork armor and the gold. And apparently the gold is symbolic of something. You guys probably can't remember. Anyway, the first common-speaking elf that you first met guarding the portal, the guy with the bandage, and has the daughter as the, like you said, the tree arm, comes up to you guys and says, "Welcome. Was it a good hunt?"
Well, it was mostly uneventful, and I described some of our dysentery trips.
He listens for like half an hour as you guys get in terrible detail of what it's like to trudge through the rainforest, and suffer illness. And then, but finally, we leveled up and got a cottage. What? Okay.
we ran into a Taldarian hunter by the name of so and so. He and explained the totem that he grabbed and just give him the details.
Okay. So they bring you some paste. They call it bung paste. Is the best way that he can. And Lobrak is shrugging. It doesn't really translate well from Elvish. They bring you some bung paste to, it's like Imodium, right? It helps with the, we're going to, don't drink the water when you're on vacation. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. It'll help slow your roll. You know what I'm saying? Slow the spray. You know what I'm saying? So, we're digging into we're smearing this stuff
our many apologies for painting the foliage.
Fertilizer.
There's
right?
you guys finally get up here, and how you can see the distant jungle, and there's all these trees shaking as the predators that are following this trail of you guys, backtracking.
Poor predators.
No, the predators are following, because it's one of the ways predators will track is finding spore droppings and find a little prey. You guys are just painting everything everywhere. They're just confused, but eventually there is a trail leading right back to the
Yeah.
Okay. Jossie and the elves hear your side of the story, and unfortunately for you guys, they speak Mwangi, and our upset little dude tells the story from his perspective. Now, his perspective also includes the attack of the cultists, as well as how they believe the elephants to be sacred and friends. It's practically better, not like a dog, but like having horses, like having a ranch, or like having a free range ranch where wild mustangs cross your back 40 and they are our friends and they come and go as they please and we live in harmony with them, and they found some way to set up their village where the elephants wouldn't be offended and come trample them to death, or the fire or whatever, like a rhino. Hence they're called the elephant people. Luckily for you, the cultists have been slaying these creatures or driving them off. But some had remained, and the two that were in the area that witnessed the carnage and the fire, the burning and everything, and everyone getting killed, the villagers fought back, and the elephants trampled a whole bunch of cultists that were unlucky. So he does tell this story. Jossie translates for you. Hence, you're getting the news from me. Okay. But then he gets to the point where all had gotten quiet and he got trapped. And these people saved me from being trapped. I'm in great pain. My leg is crushed. And they constantly used healing magic on each other. And I begged with them and pleaded with them to heal me and attend my wounds, and they did not. They made me...
Okay, that's not fair. That's not fair. I'm going to call you on this one, Jeff. We did ask if anyone was injured.
Yeah.
We didn't say, is anybody in the party injured?
Yeah.
Jerk. I'm sure, 100% sure that in our travels we would be like, dude, he's limping hardcore.
You pulled him from the wreckage. You lifted the log. Anyone injured? Oh yeah, potions all around. I get distracted. I'm not gonna keep nailing that point. It's not my job to constantly bring it up 10 times until you remember or refocus on what's around you.
Okay, but when multiple people have said, "Is anyone injured?" Come on, man. You're gonna throw that? You gonna seriously? Seriously? Really?
And then a miracle happened. He says. Jossie continues the story. After everything had settled down, the elf gave me a magical drink and healed me and brought me to their healer, and he healed me while the dwarves were busy commanding each other and such, and that type of thing. Anyway, he points at
butchering the elephant.
He points at Al. That's the guy that saved him. He points at, because he saw the coup de grace. There is a dwarf that's not here that, he doesn't see it as a mercy killing. Like the thing went down, completely wounded, one last chance dying out. There was a dwarf came over, coup de grace. And then he's like, and their own healer, like after healing me, killed the elephant. He's not going to see it as a mercy killing because, they're so attached to these creatures. Anyway, he gives his testimony, Your Honor, and...
Because it wasn't a mercy killing.
No, I know.
Freaking trampled me.
Anyway. Jossie says, okay, this is, this is serious, but, you guys, obviously, in a technical term, will lose some influence points. The elves are not happy, but they're not going to shun you. They still rely on you guys to go back out, right? But so they ask you, what is your next move? What are you guys going to do? They don't demand recompense. They don't want a funeral. They just, they tend to the guy. He's a refugee. He's a refugee. They say they will take him. They have had it.
We didn't want to leave him out there in the jungle by himself.
And that
we needed supplies. Yeah. We've come to resupply, and we are going to continue on our mission.
So
we will help you.
So, because you didn't know about the sacred animals, because you did, your ignorance is what's keeping us from punishing you, but the sort of the shun or some are upset with you is the sort of the no excuse policy. However, no punishment is.
Well, can we perhaps take some time? And maybe you could enlighten us on what we should know and not know. These things were attacking us. You should have seen the smear.
What happened to the elf that was with you? She would know. She would point.
Oh, we ran into the orc. He came and assisted.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. She went to go find out what's going on with them. I'd imagine she'll be in touch.
Do you guys tell them about the half orcs, the demon hunters, and that there's a demon roaming around and they're trying to deal with it? Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you guys mention in your story? Because I'm not sure anyone saw it because Al was sneaking around. He said, "Run." I don't think anyone actually, except Lobrak, saw the elf try to calm the animal. You guys all kind of
nope,
right? So Lobrak, you literally speak Elven. They do kind of skip over the part where we tried to calm it or whatever. They just hey, it was enraged and attacked us. It's not our fault. We're sorry. We defended ourselves. We tried to run. They moved too fast. They don't pin. You're listening in common. The dwarves that tell Jossie, don't pin it on you. They stand by you. It's a collective. We screwed up. This is what happened. Actually, they don't even try to take blame. It's this is what happened. Here's a civilian refugee. Can you help him? We can't talk to him. We did this. They just lay it out factually. Take it or leave it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, luckily, they don't give them shit, but you do see a bit of an attitude shift towards you guys as they process. You know what I mean? And again,
which is justified.
Yeah, because I think it's in the point system, and there's a little bit of role play. If you guys have a light relationship with these NPCs. I don't know, there's more if you want it. You guys could really dig in and get cuddly and close to more of them. Then you'd get your role play of, oh, you're really disappointed. That's blah blah blah, kind of thing. So I have a little fun at Matt's expense. Didn't take it well, but it comes around to a day's rest and them saying, what do you wish to do? What is your next move?
We're going to keep exploring.
Okay.
We are going to try and help you. We gave you our word that we would, and we will.
Okay.
So, roll out the map. Roughly, on this freaking little map we have, where are you having issues? Here's where we've been.
Okay. So
narrow this down a little bit.
The jungle is all their territory and pretty bare. They talk about a cliffside with an ancient temple. They pointed out. They talk about mines across near the river, but a lot of that stuff it's just on the edge of their territory. But the problem is they can barely move a hex like 10 miles from, a hex or two from the city. They go completely blind. Anyway, they've been blinded for like months. You know what I mean? So
okay, so prior to being blind, where are these locations on the map?
Okay. They
so like, at least point us in a direction.
Well,
yeah, out there in the wilderness. What the?
Well, no, they had no idea what's causing it, and they think it's the cultists, right? So you're like, well, can you give us some, like geographical, some more lay of the land
structures? Yeah, some structures where the cultists might be.
Sure. Now,
because I'm more likely they're not just rooted out in the forest somewhere, or sorry, in the jungle.
Okay.
They're probably at a structure.
I don't want to reveal stuff on the map, but they can tell you that directly south, but not quite when you get to the river, head west a bit, right? So
so around that location, see, that's so much better.
Okay. There is like an open mine. Okay.
Okay.
If you go all the way to the last, practically let's see here. Why isn't that not zooming out for me? See where the fork in the river is?
The one that we traveled multiple times?
No.
That one?
No, the fork, when you guys get to the end of your trail, right? You only been kind of around there once. Where you ended your journey. How about that? The last square hex out in the open, bottom right? Okay, go north. There's a fork in the river hex, right? Mm-hmm. Go back along the river west 2 squares. Right? There's an open hex right in the middle, not the one with the post head, but the other one, right? Okay. Go north, and there's a giant cliff ravine. And there's ancient ruins of a temple or something there.
All right.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yep.
So now we have 2 options. That helps.
There is also a ravine, like a cliff ravine natural thing. If you go straight east from us, and it's massive, it's like you go east, and on the very edge of the hex is like another cliff ravine, and it takes up the entire next hex. Okay. So there's, smattering of a ravine here and blah, 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 right? Anything else, I'm pretty sure is them dabbling, like the cultists that have altered the map, so, yeah.
That's no problem. Okay. At least now we have, at least there might be 2 structures that we can go explore.
You know what? I could actually probably reveal, based on what you guys were talking with Buddy, is another water source. Beyond the river is a smaller fork river, and they pointed out to you. So voila, let's not count this explored, but they draw it on your map there, right? They'll fill in some blanks as far as a ravine and some water, that kind of thing. I want to make it look splotchy so you guys don't like, oh, we've been here. No, they just talked about it. There, there can be.
Yep, that's fine.
There is a difference, right? Even these hexes that are hugging the river that I haven't fully opened up is technically you guys have not explored them. There could be something right on top of. See the post dragon head thing there, where you guys found Buddy in his boat. That marks its previous location. Of course, it was unearthed, the one that was petrifying everything. But see how close it is to the edge of the river, right?
Yeah.
These things, those holes or something could, or if you found one and the guy ran off with it, I'm going down river. Bye. It's off to Taldor. He's gone. Okay. Not have to worry about that anymore. But something turned everybody to stone and killed a bunch of cultists, right? He says he's the lone survivor. The cultists we killed, the pillar, this magical artifact, turned my comrades to stone, and I'm taking it with me. Okay, dragon theme, dragon cultists, maybe it's a defense mechanism like a booby trap, or maybe there's like hundreds of them like a perimeter gate. You have no idea, like, more exploration is needed. But yeah. Any other questions, Mr. Niles? Got Joe on a roll here. I don't want him to be quiet.
No, that's it. Yeah, no, it's just so at least we have a little bit better. Let's go this way instead of just fucking randomly running through the jungle, because that did not work well for us for the first however long we're out here for 3 weeks. So
I'll reveal some more, like it's a bit, like some muddy mines over here they talk about. And again, it's like,
because I'm just thinking more for like if the cultists need a place to make camp.
Yeah, would they use something natural and build, or did they erect something? I mean, you guys have,
or they're just going to take over something that's already existing.
Yes. I will tell you this: anyone that can lay down some kind of magic that would make an entire race blind in a huge section of jungle probably doesn't have to worry about. I mean, you got a 6th level dude that can pop up a hut. They probably don't. They might use natural fortification to dig in and fortify. That is a good idea. But on the other hand, if they're that powerful, they could probably, poof.
Yeah, they'll have a base of operation a little bit more.
Yeah, it might even be portable. I don't know, I have no idea. But still, not bad thinking. You dig in. I demand this. I mean, the human speaks. This becomes big news. The human speaks.
Listen to me.
The human speaks.
Yeah, but that's. So then we'll just do a little group thing here and go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Get everybody healed up, supplies, and go back in.
Yep.
Yeah, resupply. And I would say start with the hex right next to the city that's unexplored. Head out there, carve our way down through unexplored territory.
Okay. I will do...
get some rope. Lots of it.
Just in case.
I will do you this, since you guys headed up and then sent Oakenheart to like parallel your path. Okay. He either shows up now and then goes back out, or when he shows up and catches up behind you, where you guys are already clearing stuff and what he'll tell you is irrelevant, he will tell you of the 2 hexes he cleared or investigated paralleling your path to the west. And he came across creatures and ran and this and that type of thing, but no cultists, no monsters, no elephants, like nothing major. Just, your regular bunch of pain-in-the-ass jaguars and vultures and all that crap. So he will report on that. But like I said, when we get back to Spiegler, his next appearance in the show, he'll tell you more about what he saw. However, he does show up in one piece. He does catch up to you. Because even if he goes back to the elves, they'll send him off towards you, and with his survivalist skills he can just track you guys, especially when he has waypoints. He knows where you were going and he goes there and they went that way and he just follows your trail, right? Zoop. So he
it would be hard to follow us.
he will pop up, right? So getting back to you guys resupply, right? Because here's the thing. Now you're back on finite supplies. You had 2 survivalists that were keeping you guys fed, and you weren't digging into your supplies much. Now you're back to who has survival? Anyone?
Oh, everybody has survival.
It's not a free skill. I mean, they're really good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Yeah, it is.
What? I thought you'd be trained in it. I thought you had to be trained in everything in this game.
No.
I am trained in survival.
I was kind of trying to. This was a nod at our new druid. Wakey.
Oh.
He's looking. I don't know. Did I train to survive? He's looking at the...
Sorry, mute button was pressed the entire time. I was talking past 5 minutes.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Get
No,
a little closer on the mic, sir.
No, survival, totally.
Okay.
Got this.
He'll feed you mushrooms and you'll all get dirty and druidic like him. Okay. So, what is the plan now, gentlemen? Niles has shook them down for a little bit more intel on the sort of geographical lay. A little bit more, Muros with his survival trained of 24. You know, no dysentery.
Yeah. Mushrooms for everyone.
He makes an awesome camp and feeds us. But of course, then there's the hut. Thanks, guys. They take your meal and go into the hut. And you're like, damn it. I made a really.
No, it's mushroom stew. But this mushroom stew, for everyone else who has survival, these mushrooms will make you want to nap. After you see colors that you don't have names
The
for.
mushrooms are edible, right? These are edible mushrooms. He cuts them up and make them look like gummy bears. Is that what you're saying?
No. That's another.
They're
process.
relaxo.
This is soup.
This is soup. Soup that makes you full and nap right away. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's nappable soup. Okay.
It's wholesome soup.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going.
We stopped talking about naps because I'm falling asleep
So
here.
so tired. So tired. So, gentlemen, Al suggests closest to the, like taking the swath down or out. Do you want to go down or want to go out?
Both out and down. So take the unexplored hex to the east of the city,
Right.
skirting along past the outpost, all the way down to the river.
Okay. We do find the beginning of the ravine that they said dominates the next hex over. Right?
Yep.
Sorry, let's get our map back up here. Maybe I can zoom in on your progress because I've got it sort of mini-mapped. Okay. And what was it? A hex a day? 2 a day? No, it was a hex a day if you want to explore it, right? So... All right.
Yes, and we are exploring.
No, was it 2? Shit, I can't remember. I'll get back to tracking the days. I mean, as long as you guys have Miros and food and mushrooms, you're all right. So, sorry. Okay, so from here, there are 3 edges on this hex that you could push back. Straight down, as in south, southeast, or sort of a northeast. Which way do you want to go? Not to mention, the hex to the north is not explored. Like, I kind of...
Northeast?
Like, directly north is not... Definitely, I kind of opened this up around going, oh yeah, we were hunting and stuff, but you guys technically haven't dug in,
I'll leave it to a communal vote. Actually, you know what? Miros, you seem to have gotten yourself acclimated to these jungles a wee bit more.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
Why don't you take the lead, lad?
Hey. This way!
Okay.
March off. Northeasterly direction.
All right. So here we are, clearing away. A one-person campsite occupies a small clearing in a narrow valley at the bottom of this ravine. A smoldering bonfire is at one side of the camp, while a 10-foot-tall wooden pillar, toppled with a carved dragon head, looms over the other. The dragon head and pillar have been stained black with pitch, as in tar, and thin wisps of smoke rise from the head's open mouth. And I think it's a really good time to show you the image of... Where'd it go?
Destroy it. Leave not a fragment of this visage to remain. I've got my suspicions. I think these might be part of what's plaguing the elves.
You think of who and the what now?
Well, there was a totem we found to the south bearing the same visage. Am I right?
Hey.
Yes.
If we're finding one here, this might tie in directly to what's plaguing the Yukiji.
I see.
It's just a suspicion, but I'll not leave. I wasn't going to start a fight with the Tildarian lad, but this one here, if there's nobody guarding it, it's being destroyed. I'll break it down with my own bare hands if I have to, but I'm pretty sure I can just ask Miros to punch it and kick it a few times.
You got that there, cousin. You're a couple of skulls at the tusk and cross of that. They may not just take kindly to us here talking it down.
So yeah, break it
Hey.
to smithereens. and take our sweet time doing it. Maybe it'll draw the attention of whoever's camp this is.
All right.
So, taking a page from Theo One's book, kick a few doors in, but when there's no doors to kick in the jungle, you kick down a few dragon pillars.
And start laying the boots to this totem.
Something was there, something was not. Just playing tricks.
We pull an axe out of nowhere and just start going to town on it. Just
Oh man.
All right. Can I have survival from... Sorry, there is our pillar. What was it? Perception from Al. Drop it in the tower.
Oh, crap, that's huge.
Perception from Al.
All right, it is forthcoming, good sir.
Yep. You guys are in seeking mode. Survival from Muros.
A perception of 28.
You're supposed to drop in the tower, dude. Remember?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Secret tower.
Many
I'll let you
apologies.
keep.
It's no secret. I'm horribly observant.
That's all right. I'll keep that one.
Alright. Survival in the tower.
And perception from the rest of you in the tower. Now, survival skill, you can actually have that out because you are, using it, I guess. I don't know. I kind of like the tower things. Like, did we survive? I don't know. I'll let you know.
I did not see what I rolled, so it was what it was.
Oh, it's neat. When you bring the dice over the tower, it lights up.
Yeah.
Nobody home. People home. Nobody home. People home.
Low brack.
Yes.
You're traveling along. They're doing the seek action in the explore mode. They had stealth, seek, blah, 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 all this kind of thing. They're moving slowly because the dwarves want to leave a bit of a trail for Oakhart. So
Right.
they're not being...
Wasn't stepping.
They're not being stealthy, but they're moving slow enough that you can be stealthy if you want that to be your action. Or
Yes.
survival, or...
I'll do
Okay,
that.
so can I have a stealth from you? And drop it into the tower.
Nope.
Damn you. I'll let you keep that.
I'll drop it in the tower.
Oh, sorry. All right. So...
If you would like, I will drop a perception into the tower for you.
No, it's okay.
Just to be
No,
fair.
I'll go with what you got because it's gonna become relevant in a moment. You'll see.
Okay.
So stacking up at the bottom corner here, like emerging from the brush. I have like a loose party order, but if you got we know that stepping out we had Miros, right?
At some point or another.
And the description assumes you guys are ooh, we're about to round a corner, and there's a campsite, say 10 feet away, and on the far end of the clearing we have this great big bloody post, right?
Yeah.
You guys are within speaking distance, so Al's within 10. Pick a bush. Goblin, inside track, outside track, your choice.
Let's go outside track.
Okay.
Sorry, outside track.
Okay, so you're just shadowing the party, kind of thing. Do, right? Okay.
Yep.
And Niles, bring up the rear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Do. Okay. So, this is where we all are. Let's just bring this map out here a little bit so we have a nice visual. You can see it. You can see us. Guys round the corner. I pop off my description. Okay. Right. The plan was to go knock it over, right? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna see with some cover, even where you guys are, making noise, talking, blah blah blah. If something notices you, it's in the area, Does this thing not have a... I thought it did. Do. Huh. Okay. Well, forget about you for a moment. How about my other little friend? Do. No one actually has perception. Geez, you think everything would be... Alright. No subtainable perception. We just drop raw dice. No. I'm assuming perception still rolls off of wisdom. Wisdom, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Here you are. Miros is like, right, let's do this kind of thing. Right? Miros, you take one step out. Okay? And the head turns. And freaking laser beams pop out of the eyes. Eye beams. I shit you not. Lasers come out of the eyes and freaking take a shot at you, like, and it's the old, you know, the old movie, like the really old Star Trek phaser noise they use in cartoons, like that rain noise, and then,
yeah,
right, yeah. All right. So
and I did not see that coming.
All right, backflip.
Okay, right. So starting the initiative. Funny enough, this thing actually did do very well, matching Al's at 28. Starting the combat track, taking us to a combat map. Oh, how much nicer. Oh, so glad this combat. Joe likes combat. He doesn't like roleplay. He's like, oh, finally, tactical. Finally. Thank God I don't have to speak anymore. All right. So bringing up all things wonderful, tactical, subliminal, and such. Eventual. How many? Okay. All right. I was just trying to... Oh, now he talks, right? To make dirty jokes. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Now he speaks. So targeting Miros.
Yeah,
that's freaking laser beams.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, freaking laser beams. Okay.
All right.
Here comes the.
I'm
shooting an eye beam at you with a +20. Hits Miros 29.
What?
The head just turns and the eyes flare and right. Lancing out at you easily at 15 feet away, and
+20.
Yeah, and it's like, damn.
Yeah, 29 to hit. Let's see. Being in combat, I'm flat-footed. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, it gets better. So.
No.
Oh yeah.
No, that's not. Perspective plays a large portion in the better side of this, but yes.
Are we saying like man down right off the bat?
Wait, there's more.
Wait for it.
Will unleash fireballs in this forest.
The pillar that Buddy had was painted. This one is covered in a black tar pitch, so it's, the black pillar. As I said, one-person campsite, nobody here, smoldering, the looming dragon head, dun dun dun, and then, bibbity bobbity boop. I don't know what you want to.
Reflex save?
Come again?
Reflex save?
I'm getting to that. So
Virtue save.
The pillar attacks Miros. I just love they literally call it eye beams, like eye beams lancing across the landscape, and you're like, what?
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
what?
No one expects to see 80s eye beams.
Yeah, that cartoon noise I made really sold it for you, didn't it?
Wow. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Awesome. Where is it? There we go. Black ones. Whip out at you, striking you in the chest. Can I have a fortitude save?
Certainly. Hadouken, hopefully. Oh, that's a 16.
16. It
0 point.
is. Yeah.
I hero point to re-roll.
I will say, you guys burnt all your last hero points, and we were coming off of the combat. We'll say that there's I know we're in the same night, but I'm pretty sure the division of hero point, because days were gone by. Session 1. We're setting this back to session 1. You all have a single hero point, and you're walking into combat. You all have 1. Sure you want to use it? Could save your life now, or could keep you from dying later. I know, it's so hard to choose. Ryan's face is just like, yeah.
Hadouken!
All right. 23. Still fails. It was 24. I'm so sorry.
Well, at least it wasn't a critical fail.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I-beams a plus 20 divine evocation range of... Well, it hits you. Incapacitation. Oh. Failure. Kabunk. You are blind. Suddenly blinded.
Okay.
Do we have the blinded condition we'll throw on you when it's your turn? Anyway, that is that is my first action. Remember when you said, "Oh, it gets better"? That's my first action.
But wait, there's more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're fine. You know what? It's all about the placement. It's all about the placement. You guys came from that side of the map. This is the map they chose. There's pretty heavy bush. You popped out. It goes right, hits you. Now, I don't think this thing knows if it's affected him or not. So it just keeps lasering him. Like, it just pumps him 2 more times. Like, or just does a single hard ray. Like the Superman extend, like this, just lasers him in the chest and then works its way up to his eyes, and the eye beam meets his eyes, and he's like, you're blind. Albrecht, what do you want to do? Holy crap! Albrecht, Al! So you see, like, around the corner of the bush, right? There's like, oh, there's another pill here, cousin. Knock it down, cousin. Right, fucking lasers crawl up his chest and hit him in the face, and now he's like,
I beams.
yeah, he's just looking all around, stunned. What the hell?
Muros!
I'm good.
And I move to behind him.
Okay.
And as soon as I see that bad mamma jamma,
Yep. Yes.
What is the radius? 20-foot burst, eh?
Yay, finally.
Guess what I've had
What?
for a little while and I've been itching to use, Jeff.
What's that?
And now I've got the excuse because of the whole emotional seeing Muros get laser beamed. No, Muros! Fireball! Straight at that pillar.
Straight at the pillar.
Oh.
So basically, a straight line through Muros, giving me a +1. Yay. At your target and hitting it like edge of the top square. Boom. Right in the side of the post. Complete.
Well, no, not so that it encompasses us in its exploding wrath.
Well, that's what's going to happen, man. It's like 15 feet away. You have a 20-foot ball. You're like, I hit it right at the side. Okay. Bush. Do you want to hit it behind?
Yeah.
You want to drop it?
Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to drop a fireball on my party member.
Like, dude, you literally said right at it. I'm like, do the measurement, man. You were 20 feet away. You're fine.
Okay, right. Okay, but right at it can also be the square at the back of its 4-square radius, which would put Muros out of range.
True, but you're shooting something that has to go through it to get to the square of your choice. Right? So, anyway.
Yep.
We'll just say you lob it behind. It's fine. But that'll be a lesson to you and all sorcerers, right? So he's like, he shoots right at it, and he lets it go at the last second. He's like, crap! Just kind of a little to the right. Muros knocks you, hit the ground behind it, wash, and it blossoms into a fireball.
Yes. But it failed to save. Sweet.
Yes, I'm a post. I don't reflex very well.
66 for 24 points of damage. Fire damage, to be precise. If that makes a difference.
Well,
It does.
if I was going to make myself a magical post that couldn't jump out of the way, I wonder what magical resistances and magical immunities it may have. And we'll find out next time.
Oh, come on.
On the Elven Portal podcast. That's finally getting good.
First fireball of the game, baby.
Oh, yeah.
On our side.
Did somebody throw a fireball at you guys in the games before? Oh, yeah, that's right. In the tunnel. Yeah, drop one at your feet.
Yeah.
Nuked his own guys because I'm not a... What did you call that? I'm pretty sure the puss. I think Merle said, that's a puss move. It's a puss.
That's a puss
That's
move.
a puss. Say goodnight, Al.
Good night, everybody. Good night.